Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so what I want to talk about in this video here, I want to talk about a bit more of the mindset or the psychology of you as a trader, you as a person, and how you view this world and the law of attraction and all that sort of down home country goods. Okay, so that's what I really want to talk about in this video here. And I'm not going to be doing too much with the actual charts itself. But one thing I want to talk about, one thing I want to share with you is just that itself. Okay, how you think about yourself as a trader, you know, and abundance and so on and so forth. Okay, so before I do start, guys, if you're interested, I've just added the Advanced Chart Reading Mastery course or the Advanced Chart Reading Mastery course to the Master Trader Lab, and you can get a free trial to that. And the very first link in the description, so you get very first link in the description, you can grab a free trial to the Master Trader Lab, which I've just put the Advanced Chart Reading Mastery course in there. Now, one thing I want to share with you is how you speak to yourself. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing too much on the screen here, but how you speak to yourself and how you think about you as a trader. Right. So let me just bring this up through here. I want you to think about this as a person, as yourself. Okay, think about this. Okay, think about this as you here. And we all know, right, that it's really our mindset, it's our belief systems, it's our ability to move forward and so on and so forth, right? So whatever we are saying to ourselves on a continuous basis, that's conditioning our brain, right? Like we know we can condition ourselves to think, you know, we can say, that's the reason why that we can say something long enough, and if it's not true, even if it's not true, we believe it, right? So this is a little smiley face through here, right? So whatever we're putting into our brain, whatever we're putting into our brain, you know, by who we are listening to and who we're listening to, but also what we're saying to ourselves on a continuous basis. So the first one is who we are listening to. Just be careful, guys, because there's a lot of people out there that are in the industry I'm in, right, the financial industry and so on and so forth. But there's so much, all they talk about is negativity. And I have a good friend of mine. It's like, oh man, have you seen this person on YouTube? And I'm like, yeah, I have. And I said, I don't like listening to that person because all they have to say is negativity, how the whole world is bad and this is going to crumble and it's the worst case scenario and blah, 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 blah. And I said, why do I want to listen to that? Why would I want to listen to something to say that, you know, the world's going to turn to custard every single day? Now, even if that's true, there's a positive side to that, right? And as you can see, right, what do I do with my videos? I try to focus on my videos on saying, you know what, guys, who cares what happens? Let's see if we, you know what? It's amazing. Whatever happens is amazing because we can benefit from that. Whether the market's going to crash or not, we can benefit from that. Whether gold's going to go through a big boom, we can benefit from that. Isn't that amazing? But if you're listening to podcasts and these YouTube videos that is continuously putting into your brain how it's bad, I'm like, no, it's good. It's good. So stop listening to these things. And I said to my mate, I said, after you've been watching this particular person or these people on YouTube, do they actually help you at all? Do they help you read the chart? Do they help you understand what's happening in the market right now? Do they help you at all? Or does he only report what actually happened that day? And he's like, we only report what happened that day and how bad it is. I'm like, exactly. Don't do that, right? Because it's amazing. It's like, doesn't matter what happens in the markets. Once you know how to trade, you can do really well. And there's going to be such amazing, powerful quality setups if you know what to look for. This is incredible, right? So have a positive outlook. And then that comes back down to what you are saying. All right, S-A-Y. That's a Y there, by the way. Whatever you are saying to yourself on a continuous basis. Because what are you saying? Are you saying that trading is hard and I always lose money and it's difficult and the market's manipulated and all this sort of stuff, so therefore I can't make money? Is that you? If so, that's what you're going to get. Remember, you get what you focus on in life. You got to start saying trading is easy, trading is fun. And yes, that doesn't mean you're not going to have losses. You're going to have losses, right? That's just part of the system. Not trying to have a loss every now and not trying to avoid losses. It's just you trying to be right with the markets. But what are you saying to yourself? Do you have a positive look out on life? Like, are you excited about life? Or are you a Debbie Downer? Do you know what I mean? It's like, one thing I've noticed is that the happier I am as a person, the easier I read the charts, the more money I make, and it just flows from there, right? That's why, like, you see, I'm always trying to laugh at the silly things. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, right, leave a comment below. You know this, right? I don't take myself too seriously. I laugh at myself. Like, I titled a video last week, and it was like weird, right? It was like there was a grammar mistake, and someone said, before you start to analyze the charts, why don't you learn how to use spelling? Get nicked. I don't know how to spell. I know how to read the charts. I don't know how to trade. But you know what I mean? It's like, be happy. It's like, so many people are negative. So many people are down. So like Debbie Downer, right? And it's like try to bring happiness into you. And where does that start? That starts with taking care of yourself. That starts with going to the gym every day. That starts by, doing simple things, by trying to get a good night's sleep every night, by waking up every day and just closing your eyes for 5 or 10 minutes and saying, you know what? Thank you so much for today. I'm excited for that. And say it to yourself. I'm excited for today. I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful to be alive today. And guess what? That's where your happiness is. Because I don't care. If you make $1 billion from the stock market, but you're pissed off all the time, because that's your default, you are what is it? You're not rich. You're not wealthy. You're the sickest man in the graveyard, about to hit it. You know what I mean? It's like, start with that. I guarantee you this. This happens all the time. The more you take care of the foundations of you, the more you take care of you, right? Taking care of yourself, trying to get a good night's sleep every night, going to the gym, doing fasting if you want to try and cleanse your body, doing meditating, all these different things every single day. No, it's not an overnight thing, but 1 month, 2 months, 3 months later, you start to see a compounding effect. And guess what? Because you're not trying to go to the market to get the significance, you're not taking the shit trades. Because you're not taking the shit trades anymore, guess what? You're now starting to move forward in a big way. Because the only reason, one of the biggest reasons why we go to the market, especially us men, right? Because we want significance. I'm the man, and we want to place a trade, right? To feel good about, we just made money. Makes sense? But if you're getting your satisfaction outside of the market by doing these other things that bring happiness and joy and all that sort of back into your life, do you see how that works, right? And I guarantee you are going to become a much better trader, because you're not going to look for the markets for a significance, and you'll be okay to sit on your hands for a whole month if you have to and not take a trade. Does it make sense? So I just hope that makes sense, right? And it's abundance of thinking. Like, don't be so tight. I see so many people. It's like, I teach a lot of things out there. I'm not worried about you sharing what I teach and you teaching other people and helping other people. Like, I don't care, right? Because I know the more I give out there, the more I help people. Guess what? It comes back to me tenfold. So have an abundance mindset. If you're very tight with your life, then it's nothing flowing, right? Nothing flows, and like, I don't really care. Like, I want you, if some things that I teach you in these YouTube videos, or maybe webinars, or some other videos, stuff like that, maybe in the Master Trader Lab, if some things have really helped you, then go share that with other people. So listen, I've learned this from this guy, but it's really helped me, and I want to teach you. Each one teach one, right? Each one teach one. I see so many of the people that I've looked up to, in almost now 20 years I've been in the personal development industry. 15 years I've been around 15 years been involved with stock market and trading and stuff like that. And I've seen so many mentors be so tight. Like, what I've got is so secretive to me, and so secretive that if you dare share what I teach you to someone else, then that's going to be the end of the world. What a total bollocks. What an absolute total bollocks. Because guess what? Newsflash, there is nothing new in the markets. Right? Because the person, guess what? The mentor who's teaching you, for example, me, right? I'm your mentor. I'm teaching you about the stock market. I'm teaching you about trading. Guess what? What I know is nothing new. I am the sum of all the mentors that I've listened to, all the trading rooms that I've attended to, the subscriptions, all the dozens of mentors that I've had in my life, even my current mentor right now. But every now and then I look up to someone. I'm like, you know what? I look up to you. But then I start to I look at them as a person. One, they're not happy, right? They're just not happy. But secondly, they're like, don't you dare share my stuff with anyone else. Do you know what I mean? It's like this is only for me and this is secretive and all this sort of stuff. It's like, no, each one teach one, abundance thinking, because a rich person understands is that the more you give out there, the more it comes back to you tenfold. The more you get out there, the more you just allow it to flow. Guess what? Now you see these trades all over the place. And that's what happens, right? Just let it flow. Don't be so tight. And I lose so much respect for people that I look up to in this industry that are like, and they get so cranky. It's like you go pay a lot of money to learn from these individuals who, guess what? They have also spent a lot of money learning over their time, maybe a couple of decades as well too. Learning from other people as well too. They've read books and they've watched YouTube videos and they've picked up little things. And guess what? A lot of the stuff they're teaching is the sum of little things that's actually that they've liked and that's helped them. Make sense? So it's not a matter of, oh, well, what I know is so secretive and so on and so forth. And it's like, no, nothing's new in the market. And guess what? At the end of the day, and it's what I don't understand about these guys, these people that I do look up to, and I'm just like, why are you like that? You have not an abundance of thinking. Look at Ray Dalio. He made $2 billion last year. $2 billion. And he's giving away all his information. In the books and, in his Big Debt Crises and his LinkedIn articles. He's giving away all his information for free. An abundance thinking. Each one teach one. Right? That's how this world works. It's not about keeping it secretive just for you and a few select people. It's like, no, what a total absolute bollocks. Because at the end of the day, you, me, and anyone else on this planet is no better than anyone else. Right? If you come to me and you join my private coaching program, guess what? You're joining me because I got some things to teach you. And I guarantee you that some things that I teach you, I say, I don't agree with that. Fine, I don't really care. And so like, John, I see that, John. You know what I mean? Like some things you do agree with me. That's okay. Because we're all on a different level. We're all on the same level, but we're all on a different stage in our life on the journey of trading or whatever. Makes sense? And so like, please guys, please, don't look up to me. I'm not your guru. I'm no anyone better. I've just spent a lot of money and a lot of hours digging into this stuff myself, and then it allows me to teach it and show it out there. Makes sense? So please guys, I just see so many people out there that go through this process, right? So I just want to quickly recap this thing, and I'm going to finish this up here. Because I just see it. It's like, where's the abundance of thinking? Abundance. There is abundance of so much out there. There really is. Firstly, what are you listening to every single day? And secondly, what are you saying to yourself every single day? It's such a big thing. Thirdly, there's such an abundance of everything out there. And the more you allow it just to flow it and help other people and go out there, each one teach one, as Denzel Washington says, just actually let the information go out there and help other people with the information. Well, guess what? By you doing that, that's going to come back to you tenfold because you allow it to go. You're not being so tight with your life. Like, no, don't be tight with life. The whole law of attraction is abundance, not keeping things secretive and trying to hold on to things really, really tightly. It's like, no, absolutely bollocks. And thirdly, I want to say is anyone out there that you listen to, don't look up to them. Or you may want to look up to them, you may want to respect them for what they do, but just bear in mind that they're no better than you, right? I'm no better than you. I'm the same as you. I've just spent a lot of time developing my craft around this topic called trading and health and fitness and, all these other things as well too. But when you come to me for trading, right, that's what I'm teaching. I'm teaching you about the trading stuff. I'm teaching you about that sort of stuff. And at the end of the day is that I've just spent a lot of time just spending hours and 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 hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last decade or so buying courses, books, reading things, and try to understand it myself. Guess what? And then when I learn it, I want to teach it because I get it now. I can see how this is going to help me. And then I want to teach it to help other people. Each one teach one. Abundance. And when you do that and you're not so stingy and you allow things to flow, that's when things start to pick up. You know what I mean? Like, I do this all the time. Just recently, I got a haircut. And the haircut was like $25 or something. So I had a $50 note on me. So I gave him the $50 note. I said, listen, you know what? You can keep the change, which was $25. I said, use that as a tip. I do things like that all the time. Sometimes I go to the sushi place, and the sushi might be $20. I'll give her a $50 note. So you know what? You can keep it. You can have dinners on me tonight. I do little things like that. And guess what ends up happening? A few days later, something will happen, and then a few days later, I'll find an amazing trade, and then boom, it'll be just like I made that money back times 20. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and it flows and it flows and it flows and it flows. And the more I'm taking care of myself, the more happy I am. The more I just say that, you know what? There's an abundance of everything on this world. Don't be so stingy with this. And there's so many mentors that I look up to in this industry that are just so tight with the information. No, let it go, right? Because anyone else out there, they haven't done it by themselves. They haven't learned by themselves. No, right? They have gone to other people. They have read books. They've done sort of stuff. And they've read books and then they studied and they've done analysis and they might recognize things and so on and so forth. But guess what? They've learned so much from the markets from other people as well too. So it's not a secretive thing. You know what I mean? It's like these people out there, guess what? They're on YouTube watching different videos as well too about different things. They're learning from people out there as well too. But suddenly when they teach it, it's like, listen, don't you be giving this information out? It's like, come on now. Where's the abundance of thinking? Okay? So guys, be careful what you're listening to. Because there is doesn't matter what happens in the economy, doesn't matter with the stock market, there's so much positives out there that we can benefit financially so much if we just forget the negativity, say, wow, isn't this amazing, right? This is amazing. Look at all this opportunity that's coming. It's incredible, right? And say to yourself, this is incredible. What do I need to learn? What do I need to learn? Maybe you need to learn how to read the charts just a bit better, which is just really coming down to the peaks and troughs, right? And then studying that. Spend a bit of time studying on that. And then, guys, have an abundance of thinking. Don't be so tight with yourself and tight with your life. And thirdly, guys, don't put anyone on a pedestal. The longer I'm in this industry, the longer I just, you know what, I used to put people on a pedestal, like, oh wow, I respect that person so much and so on and so forth. But don't be putting other people on a pedestal. Respect them, look up to them because of what they do, but don't be thinking they're on a different level than you, because that's just not true, right? They're on the same level than you. They are no better than you, because guess what? They totally screw up all the time behind the scenes, and you don't know it, right? I screw up a lot behind the scenes, and you don't know it. So do all my other mentors. So it's abundance of thinking. Let it flow and be happy, right? Be happy. Create an abundance of in. And you know what, guys? And you watch. When you start to do, I call it like a 90-day challenge. Every day for 5 minutes, just close your eyes and say everything you can think about. The computer, the glass, the cup, just for 5 minutes. A 90-day challenge, I guarantee you. You do that for 90 days. At the end of 90 days, you're going to start to feel so much more happy about yourself. When you're so much more happier, you're going to vibrate at a different level. When you vibrate at a different level, you're going to be creating a lot more abundance in your life in every area. Make sense? And now, why is that? Because we are what we think about. We are what we focus on, right? And remember that we can condition our brain. So if every day, at least for 5 minutes every day, we can just stop and just be grateful and bring gratitude into ourselves for 5 minutes. Guess what? 90 days of that. Now, guess what? You're starting to condition your brain to focus on what's right. And when your brain is automatically focusing on what's right, you become so much more happier. And the more happy you are, the less likely you're going to try to go to the market for significance. You're going to trade the market, but trade based on a plan. And you're happy to stay out, and all the different things that I've said in this session. Okay. I just look at this industry, guys, and I'm just like, man. So many people have said to me, like, John, don't share my information out there. Like, I don't want it to be out there. And it's just like, but the things that I learned from you, and I have to say to this person, like, the things that I learned from you, 90% of the stuff that I'm learning from you right now, I've learned from my past 2 or 3 or 4 other mentors. I've learned that before I even saw you. Like, you know what I mean? And so, yes, there may be a few different 1 or 2 pieces that I pick up from different mentors and stuff like that. But guys, Each one teach one. Let it flow. Abundance thinking, let it flow. And guess what? When you do that, you're vibrating at an abundant level, and that's when you're going to start to see trades and things are going to start to happen in your life a lot more easier. Don't be so tight.